I gotta make a video right now. All right, let's see what happens. I'm gonna make a video. How's everybody doing, guys? As you know, the channel's been kind of quiet, but I haven't. That's the good news. Let me give you kind of an update. I owe it to you. I apologize for being away for so long. Zach did move. He moved halfway across the country to Texas on the 20th of June. He's been out of the country once since then, and he just got back from the West Coast. And he's talking about a trip to Europe. So the old guy here is going to probably wing this on his own for a couple of months. My big challenge is going to be to learn how to edit. But as I said, you know the channel's been quiet, but I have not been quiet. And I'll tell you what it's all about. We did have, and it's probably been, wow, it was in April, we had a great video interview with Isiah Rivera and John Evans. Two really good guys, very generous with their time. We probably spent 2 hours in this conversation, and we had a ball. We talked about a lot of stuff. I don't want to give too much away about that because it'll be an interesting video or two. I can tell you that John did write up a program for me. They had seen me jump. We talked about my health and some tests that I've done. That's like, are you a falling hazard or whatever? And I'm not. And he wrote it up for me. I'm 79, maybe not a typical 79-year-old guy. Those 79-year-old guys probably don't care about jumping, but I still do. So every Sunday night, it's online. I get the following week's workout. And it consists of a workout on Monday and Wednesday. And Friday is what they call jump day. The Monday and Wednesday, it changes every couple of weeks, because if you do the same exercise over and over, you can get hurt and you're not going to really build all the right strength. So it includes everything from high bar squats, seated calf raises, goblet squats, a number of different exercises, hamstring curls. I had to buy a couple machines, and you'll see them in a future video. But I want to stress that he made it up for me. I won't tell you exactly what he did, because I don't want some 79-year-old guy saying that's just what I need to do. I will say this: if you're a younger guy and you really have a desire to get better, maybe you got a 38-inch vertical and you want to get a 40 or 42, I'd say John and Isiah are the people to contact at THP. It's a very scientific approach. It's a very scientific approach for whatever your sport is. You could be a high jumper and you get trained one way. You could be a volleyball player that plays on sand. That's different than being a professional dunker. Not that I'll be a professional dunker, but they tailor the workouts to your particular sport, and they've trained thousands of athletes. So they knew enough about me. John said, I'll write the program, but I'm not going to write you a program that would give some 20 or 25-year-old kid, because I'm 79. So every Sunday night, I get the updated workout, and I do them faithfully. And every one of them, I'll give you one little thing away. Every one of the workouts starts out with the McGill Big Three, and if you don't know what the McGill Big Three is, check it out. So I have been working out, and there's no doubt I'm getting stronger because I'm moving up on the weights. So I'm building the strength. I may have mentioned in one of these videos, I know I've mentioned in a video that maybe has not been posted, I've got a perfect left knee, in my opinion. Might be hyperbole, but it never aches. It never has ached. It never stings. My left leg is like perfect. It's my benchmark. My right knee, it hadn't been near as good for 20 years, but am I functional? Absolutely. In the past 15 or so years, if I would work outside real hard, maybe going up and down ladders, we have a hill to the side of our place, go up and down the hill a lot, doing some kind of work, my knee would bark. I wouldn't get hobbled, but it would bark. So I would just get the ice out. I'd ice it 2 or 3 nights in a row, settle down, I'd go on. Well, on jump days, on Fridays, it's a quite a workout. You warm up, for 10, 15 minutes, then you jump, and the jumps are like attempted dunks. For me, it'd be on a low rim, or jumping to test your vertical. In other words, they're hard jumps. It's not just bouncing up and down for a little bit of exercise. They're hard. They take a lot out of you. At the end of the workout, I'm cooked. And one of those workouts, I may jump between 45 and 65 times, and I'll do like 3 or 4 run up and jump. Then it's like, well, got to take a little bit break and go do 3 or 4 or 5 more. About 5, 6 weeks ago, after the jump session, my right knee was, it's sore, and the next day it was sore. I could walk, limp a little bit, and I thought, if I'm going to continue on this path, and I'm committed to doing it, I probably need to have that knee checked out. Because when I would look at videos of my jumping, part of my problem is my technique isn't right. I don't get low enough. And that's because I'm kind of favoring my right knee. And it's important to get a certain lowness so you can explode and go up. So I thought, gosh, if I go see an orthopedic surgeon, he's going to say, "You're 79 years old?" "Yeah, sure am." "And you're jumping?" "Yep." "Well, what are you doing? You jumping off your steps?" "No, I'm jumping to see how I can jump." I've dunked the volleyball, I've dunked the basketball on an 8-foot rim, and I'm going to go up. I want to continue to do it. I'm doing a workout program. And I was afraid they might say, "You're nuts. What's wrong with you? Enjoy life. Be active." But I never heard anybody jumping at your age. The doc that I'm seeing was not that way. I was referred to him by my old chiropractor, who was an athlete, and he said, "John's not going to be that way. He's 69, and 2 years ago, he had his left shoulder rebuilt so he could continue to play hardball. He plays baseball 3 nights a week." So when I saw him, they took an x-ray. The first thing they did, they were going to do an MRI, and he said, "You don't have a pacemaker, do you?" I said, "Yeah, I do have a pacemaker." "Well, that kind of makes the MRI a difficult thing. We'll go with a couple of really good CAT scans." And I said, "Are you okay with what I'm doing?" He said, "I think it's great. Don't overdo it. Don't hurt yourself." But he said, "Motion is lotion." He says, "You keep on moving." So he's happy with that. So I had it scheduled actually for this week. They had a family emergency in his family, and lo and behold, it got put off. I'm scheduled now. This is August the 25th. Yeah, no, that's Monday. This is the 22nd of August. I'm going to have it scoped on September 16th. I'm sure that'll slow me down some, but I'll rehab and I'll get back. And if my right knee improves at all, and I'm sure that it will, I expect to jump higher. The diagnosis on my knee is I've got a lot of arthritis, what they call tricompartmental arthritis. If you want to sound like a big shot, that's it. Under the kneecap and on both sides. I've got a torn meniscus, not from misjumping. It looks to be an old tear. And probably the most technical term that he used was, he said, "You've got a lot of gravel in there." And he said, "When I'm in there with the camera, I'll be able to see what's going on. And we'll get it cleaned up and fixed up." So I say after the rehab, if I can get my right knee anywhere near my left knee, right leg, same as the left leg, I'm going to jump higher. There's just no doubt in my mind I'm going to jump higher. And I will feel a lot more comfortable becoming a little bit more aggressive. I'm still doing the squats. I'm not afraid to do high bar squats because I am in control on the bar, But when you jump, and they remind me, when you jump, it's also a fall coming down. Not that I fall, but it is falling. So the jumping has been set aside. The workouts continue, and I'm going to continue to do it. And I know that I'm getting stronger. I've upped the weights on every exercise I do. I've upped the weights. I think on the squats, I can do a lot more. I'm moving slowly, but I think I'm gonna. I could do more than my body weight, I'm sure right now, but I'm just going up incrementally. So that's kind of where I am. Um, Zach and I will probably collaborate after he gets everything settled in, gets his traveling out of the way. It's also he makes 2K videos, NBA 2K, and the new game comes out, and he gets very busy when the new game comes out. So I think the good thing is that it's going to force me to learn how to edit and get a little creative. I mean, he set everything up, right? He was a fantastic editor. So maybe the videos won't have that Zach touch, but hopefully they're going to get better. I just wanted to report to you, I'm fine. Zach is fine. I'm working out. I'm working out hard. I just worked out before I came up here, the upper body workout. I still do that too. I want to stay in shape. And I want to be jumping higher at 80 next February than I'm jumping, well, than I was jumping February a year ago. So it's a great journey. I'm having fun. Like I said, I was a data freak. I like to measure things. And I think when I get my right leg cranking, I expect pretty good results. I don't think it's going to be a couple inches. I think maybe it'd be 3, 4, or 5 inches that I can get, and maybe more than that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to find out what I can get to. I'm not saying I'm going to put one down in a 10-footer, but I just want to improve my vertical and just see if it's possible, and maybe inspire somebody else that, you know what, you get old, you can still have fun and you can still move. So for all the old guys watching, I say keep moving. That's really important. Keep active. Watch your weight. One of their lines down at the THP. And by the way, if you know somebody that wants to, a young guy that really is serious about becoming a better jumper, better leaper, a better volleyball player, I would call them a very scientific approach. Very scientific. They train probably more volleyball players than any other athletes. They've trained high jumpers, which that's a whole different skill, right? And of course, they train basketball players and guys that are dunkers. And all the training regimens are a little bit different. So if you're interested in trying to prove that, I would contact them. I don't know if you got to go down there to Florida and be down there all that time, but they're very scientific, and I can vouch that they're two very good guys, and they were very generous with us. So that's a shout out to THP. A lot of people contacted them. We did. We've shared our numbers. We text back and forth. In fact, I'm going to send them a text tonight because I have a couple questions about what I can do with my right leg versus my left leg. I did do a test on the strength of my right versus my left. My left leg is about 10% stronger. And so I have some questions about how I can equal that out before I get any surgery. So bottom line, everything's good. I miss Zach a ton. He's not just my grandson, he was a friend. I miss going to the Waffle House with him, making these videos and using his creativity. But he's doing good things, so I'm very happy for him. So pray that I can become an editor, and maybe I'll get these out more often, because I don't really mind being behind the camera, but I'll probably look a lot better when I edit out the uhs and everything else. Anyway, this will probably go up as it is. So I'd say thank you very much. Stay tuned, and live long and prosper, or work hard. For you old guys, just keep moving. I think that's important. Thanks a lot. See you later. I'm going to leave now and then turn the camera off.